Well, hello, High River. Look at that. I'm small. Let's make me big. There we go. Hello, High River. I hope you are all doing well this wonderful Saturday morning. I know it is like freezing outside, but it looks absolutely gorgeous with the sun shining. Every time I say that, I don't know if you're anything like me, and I've got this weird piece of hair sticking out right here that I have to fix because, oh, and I just made it worse. Okay, let's just not worry about the hair. Um, if you're anything like me, back to my thought, when I say something like the sun is shining, it reminds me of the movies I watched with my kids. So if I were to say the sun is shining and the tank is clean, the tank is clean. I don't know if anyone else but me really would know what that is from, but it's from Finding Nemo. I love that movie. Now that my kids are older, I don't honestly do not have an excuse to watch those, kids shows, those animated shows. So I just watch them anyway. I'm actually excited to watch Sing 2 that is in High River Wales Theatre. I think it's already playing. If it's not already playing, it's coming. So I'm excited to go see that. I saw Spider-Man, was it last week, with my kids, because my boys, my husband and boys are all, Marvel fans. But anyway, so thanks for tuning in today. We have a guest on our show again this week, so that is fabulous. Um, I have a few events to tell you about, so make sure you tune in and comment. I want to know who's here watching, who if you're here because you're here every week. Like, I don't know if we're going to see Lorraine today, or if she is out gallivanting in this gorgeous sunshine. Or who we're going to see. So we'd love to know who you are, where you're watching from, and I'm going to explain. I realized that I have not done a good job explaining why I am here with Hello High River, who I am. For those who, just tune in on a whim, like our guest did last week. So if you all know, Kerrie from Devine Design is our guest today. And she tuned in. She tuned in last week and she's like, who are you and what are you doing? Um, so Wendy is here joining us. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for tuning in. Um, and yeah, so why am I here? I am here to support the local community. Hi, sis. I don't have a sister, so I'm assuming it's Kerrie's sister. So Leanne, thanks for joining us. I'm excited that you guys are here, and I'm here to support the community in any way, shape, or form. Whether you're a business, whether you are an organization, you're affiliated with an organization, you are hosting an event, a grand opening for new businesses because we have to support. And hello, Sandra. Thank you for joining us today. So yeah, we have to support local, and I am all about community, right? So what was something that I could do within the community? Last year, we started with Dave and Candace, and they're both in the events business, right? So we kind of branched off, and it was a choice of, does this show continue or does it not continue? And I was like, I can't have it go anywhere. And I know Sandra was one of those that was like, hey, no, you don't go anywhere. And we have so many businesses that are in town here that maybe don't have a storefront. Maybe, they choose not to. It's expensive to have a storefront, right? So we need to support those businesses that are in our community that not everyone knows is still out there, because as we know, the flood in 2013 changed a lot of things, but so did COVID. So not that I want this whole entire show to be about that and about what's going on, but I want it to be a positive, hey, shine a light on local artists, whether it be sorry, comments come in and they distract me. Uh, whether it be, local talent. If you're having a grand opening, if you're just, there's businesses that pop up every day and I'm like, oh, there's a new one. Didn't know. And then you go talk to them and they're like, well, yeah, we've been here forever. Thought everybody knew, right? And it's that small town community that is all about word of mouth. So I just like to come and entertain too, because I'd laugh at myself, so why not have the whole community laugh at me? And we have to say hello to one of our guests a couple weeks ago, My Time Bath and Body, that is, one of those shops in town I'm so excited for, because to have a shop that you can just walk into and buy your bath bombs and things like that. I'm going to tell them again, I want shower steamers because I don't sit in a bath, but I love nice smells and everything like that. So we got to source something local for shower steamers. So, Wendy, Amanda, your dedication to the local businesses in High River and giving everyone a platform to connect is fantastic. Sending gratitude for everything that you do. Thank you so much, Wendy. That's the only reason that I am here, is because I am here for all of you. I want this to be a platform that, small local businesses, even big local businesses, it really doesn't matter to me. We all need to support each other during these crazy, crazy times. And, if I support the community, then I know the community will support me as well. So that's where it comes from. You got to give before you gain. And that is definitely something that I feel we all need to live by, right? Don't worry about what you're going to get back out of it. Just give. Whether it's your time, whether it's, if you have money to do so, if you to support and however you do it. That's what's important. So, Andre, I'm working on it. Okay, I'm glad to know you're working on it. Wendy, I really wish these were colorful on my screen here, but when they pop up, they're not colorful. Anyway, thank you. Without further ado, we are going to bring in our guest. Okay, so I'm going to prep her. I'm not just going to throw her in here. Kerrie, nod if you're ready. Okay, good. She is ready for this. So let's have Kerrie join.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so glad to be here.
I'm so glad that you are here too. So
I'm so glad I messaged you and said, who are you? What are you doing? What do you do?
And it's so fun because it was totally live. It was totally right. It was spur of the moment. And I'm glad that you followed through and filled out the form and connected, and you're here to tell us all about what you do. So I love being creative. I love artistic things. Like, I have my hand in so many different things. Like, I paint, I have made a little bit of jewelry. I've tried resin. I've tried so many different things. I just like to create, I guess. And so tell us, how did you and your business come about? How did you decide to start?
Well, you know what? I actually fell into it. I didn't even know there was furniture artists. I didn't know. I'd never heard of a furniture artist. So I had a hosiery in my kitchen. If people don't know what that is, it's a sort of an antique piece that was used back in the day. People would make their bread on it, and it has a tin front and cupboards. And anyway,
and sorry, that's called a hosiery?
It's called a hosiery. A lot of people don't know that, but that's what they're called.
No idea.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So I kitchen for a long time in my other home, and it came in really handy at the time. My kids would put their homework on it, forms that need to be signed for the school. I would have extra pots and pans in there. I had like my screwdriver for the house, my sewing. It was handy. But as the kids got older and went to high school, I just felt, I want to change that up. I don't want that hosiery anymore. I want something a little bit more. Not so much up to date, but more just a new piece there. So I went into Gigi and I started looking, and I found a piece that I wanted. I thought that's perfect. It was a cabinet, it had chicken wire in the front for the cat, for the doors, and it was distressed, and it was just what I wanted. So I contacted the person that was selling it, and she said, "Oh, I just sold it." And I said, "Oh, okay." She said, "But I have other pieces." And I said, what do you mean other pieces? And she said, well, I'm a furniture artist. And I said, oh, what's that? And so she told me. And her name is Jackie Martin, and she's a furniture artist. She owns and runs Popular Homestead in DeWinton. And she said, I have lots of pieces. Come out and see if there's something else, and I'll paint it. I'll custom paint it for you. Oh, okay, great. So I went out, and yeah, she had this beautiful piece, and I told her what colors, and I said, well, what paint do you use? And she said, I use Fusion Mineral Paint. It's a good furniture paint. You get it at All Through the House in Okotoks. So she did the piece for me. It was beautiful, still beautiful today. And I thought, I could probably do that. So just thought, I should try that. So I went to All Through the House and I bought the Fusion Mineral Paint and I got some advice from them on how to use it and so on. And I came home and I thought, well, what should I paint? And I had just an end table in my home, extra end table that we kind of used. And I thought, oh, I'm going to paint that. So I did. And I loved it. And I just kind of kept going from there. And then people said, well, you should sell your stuff. And so then I kind of got into the Facebook and Marketplace and buying furniture on Marketplace and painting it and started growing. And then I created Devine Designs and it kind of just went from there. And
Awesome.
I love it. I love what I do. I love the process of it. I just love doing it. Yeah, I really love it. So
Well,
I got started.
so do you do it just out of your garage?
I do. So I converted my garage into my shop when I bought this house in High River. So my car is outside in the winter, but anyway, so when I bought the house, it needed, yeah, it is a big sacrifice, I tell you. So yeah, I made the garage into my shop like I did at my last home, and I put, got my neighbor handy guy there to put flooring in, and I insulated. I made it all, and I have a wall where a display wall with a different background and where I put my furniture to take pictures and all that. So yeah, that's where I work.
Amazing.
That's how I do it.
So we have to say hello to one of your dear friends.
She's another furniture artist friend of mine. She lives in Calgary. Hi,
okay,
HK. I love her. She's one of HK, we call her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, HK.
My sweet friend, love her work too. That's amazing that there's a whole community.
You know what I love? I don't think people would really believe how many furniture artists there is out there. But you know what I love about it is we all talk to each other. There's no competition. We all have a different style. We all have our own clients. We all have, we help each other out if we come up with a problem with a piece or something. It's like, well, this isn't working. I don't know why this is happening. And, I'll contact one of them and, have you ever had this happen? And we all communicate. And yeah, there's another furniture artist in Okotoks. Her name is Dorota. And her name is the name of her company is Vintage Villa. And she does amazing work. Actually, she does. If you ever want your cabinets in your kitchen painted, she is the one. I don't do that. It's not a thing that I'd want to get into for myself, just strictly because I'm too nervous. To be honest with you, it's somebody's kitchen. It's like too much stress for me.
You know what? But I did mine.
Yeah.
And I used the Rust-Oleum kit from Home Depot because that was the only, I used to work at Home Depot. So I was just like, let's just walk in and let's see.
Yeah.
And I did it horribly. It's like, it looks okay. But I had light color wood, not as nice as you have behind you, but it was more of like an orangey. And I really wasn't loving it. And so I wanted espresso. So we did it, but unfortunately right by all of the handles because of my nails.
So there is there's a process to doing every piece of furniture. And the one main thing that everybody has to do before they even start to paint is to prep their piece. And what I mean by that is you have to clean it with either crud cutter, sorry, it's called cutter. It gets at home, or you can use TSP, and you have to really wash your pieces down, and you wouldn't believe how dirty they are. Same with your cabinets. And then you have to decide if you're going to use a light color. You have to figure out what kind of wood is it going to bleed. So you have to prime. And so it's a whole process. It took me a
Yeah.
long time, and then a lot of mistakes, actually. I didn't know that you had to prime if you're doing a light color, if you're doing a kind of like a ready piece that has, and I remember painting it my first coat of white and going to bed and coming out to the garage the next day and it was pink.
Oh my.
And that's what I said. Oh my. So
I love
I
pink.
had
I
to do
probably
some
would have loved
research.
it, but
I had to, well, you have bleed through on someone's on a light color, right? So I had to do some research on that and realized, okay, so you have to prime first 2 coats and then do your white or cream, and then you won't have a bleed through. So, it's a process. There's lots to learn, but it's very doable. I learned a lot really just by watching the amazing furniture artists that are in the States on YouTube. They get on, everyone has their day where they get on and do a piece or part of a piece and show you. And I use
yeah.
Dixie Bell paint. And so I watched a lot of that, learned a lot about how to prep properly, how to prime, how to do all that.
So we have My Time Bath and Body commending you on being able to say that you can't do something or that you're not comfortable on doing it. Too many people would rather just take the work than being true to yourself. So that's sometimes true. With people who are looking at it as, I just want to get paid to do this, right? Not doing a quality
no.
job.
I did my son's cabinets for him in his house. They worked out fine, but I mean, it's my son.
Right.
So, but Dorota really at Vintage Village, she is the one to call if you want to get your cabinets done. She's
Awesome.
amazing. It's perfection to a T. Like, it's just amazing work that she does. Yeah. I mean, I might do my own kitchen cabinets, but you have to admit what you can't do sometimes in life,
and
right?
where you're comfortable, right? And there is something, if you don't love doing it, it's going to be work. Like what I heard, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard this, you will never work a day in your life if you love what you do.
Right, exactly. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. And I love what I do, so I don't find it work per se.
Right.
But I mean, to even, first you have to research, find a piece of furniture you want to paint. You have to be the first one. There's lots of us out there, don't forget. So you have to be the first one to message, the first one to, leave a deposit, whatever, and go get it and so on and bring it back. And, it's a lot of work to get it to the end, to sell. But like you said, if you love it, then, I mean, I don't love it too much in the winter, but.
But at least you have a space. You've created
I
yourself.
I try and stock up a little bit during the summer more for the winter, so I don't have to go out and get them. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, honestly, I could totally see that. So I live in a condo, so I don't have a lot of space. I don't have a garage, so my car is always out on, in my parking space in the winter, and it's frigidly cold sometimes. Yep. And I know that is definitely a sacrifice for you to have a shop in your house.
Especially this last few weeks, I was just cringing, right? It's
so just, speaking of pieces, I went and I grabbed some pictures.
Oh, you did? Well, that was good.
I'm a Facebook stalker sometimes.
No, that's okay. You know what? I'm not that good at the electronic ends of it. So good for you. I wouldn't even know how to do that. How did you pull that off?
You know what? I've learned. I've had a lot of help, and it's all in collaboration with, honestly, Candace from Envious Events has, definitely helped me with learning how to do all of these things, and Dave
anybody
helped me in the beginning.
If you know anybody, I'd like to hire them actually to help me. I'm very illiterate actually on how to promote my stuff, really. I mean, besides just my website and stuff, but anyway, maybe.
We know
send them my way.
There's a lot of locals. So my sister is one of the best. She does an awesome job with her furniture. So
thanks, Leanne. Actually, she's bought a few pieces for me. Can you believe it? My own sister. I want to buy that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, how do you sell a piece to your sister?
Well, but you know what? That's the hardest part, is being in business with family and friends, right? I've seen sometimes that I'm glad that your sister supports you in that and knowing what your pieces are worth, right?
Yeah. She never lowballs me.
Good. That is a great sister. I
Yeah.
do have to say my brother is he's mechanically inclined. He's not a mechanic, but he can do all this. I might have done that in the past where I've been like, hey, come do my brakes. And then I'm like,
Right.
I'm your sister. Come on, like give me a deal.
Please. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And now I'm on the other side with the whole financial realm and I can't give away anything. Right. So I'm just
No.
like, I see where you're coming from. I understand now.
Yeah.
But
But it's, I mean, she's still my sister. I love her, obviously. So she had a little piece that she bought at Value Village, and she said, I'll pay you. And I'm like, I'll just do it. I'll just do that. It's not
but
worth
look at
her
the
to, sorry?
look at the end result. I'm just in awe
Oh, yeah,
of these
thanks.
pieces and where they came from. I was trying to find a good before and after. I didn't. That's
I've never
some of
done it
those things.
before and after. I guess yeah, I've just never done, I don't see a whole lot of before and after pictures on the other furniture artist sites either, but I have thought about doing that. I could do that, I suppose. Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that would be fun to see where it started, right?
Yeah,
Because these pieces are just gorgeous. Like
thank
when
you.
we look at them, how approximately how long does it take from start to finish?
Mm-hmm. Well, let's say the vanity there, for example, that I think that probably took me at least 8 days, probably on and off. Like I don't work 8 hours a day, right? So, it's a process. You have to clean it, you have to wash it, and then you have to sand it. Um, Depending on what I'm doing, like the cream one there, I sanded the top off and stained it, so, it takes, you have to wait for each stage to finish its, so you paint your primer on, you got to let that dry overnight, then you can come back and do your first coat. You have to let that dry a few hours at least, and do your second coat and so on. So the cleaning is actually, I find, and then you got to take all your hardware off, and sometimes I change the hardware if it's older, like if it's antique, I keep it and clean the
Right.
antique hardware. But if it's just kind of ugly wood, I just change the hardware and stuff. So yeah, it just depends on how big the piece is and stuff. But mostly it's the prep that takes the most time. Yeah,
Right, right. And
yeah.
having a vision for it to come out like this, like are there pieces that you start and then you have an idea and then you just decide to change your mind? You're just like, you know what?
Oh yeah,
I'm going a different direction.
all the time. Like not every piece I do, but a lot of pieces I'm like, I have an idea and I'm thinking, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I start doing that. And then I'm like, well, actually, maybe I'll add this in and that in, add a transfer, do this, do that. So, and I've had pieces that I've done and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't think it's going to sell. And it sells right away. And I have other pieces like, oh, yeah, that's going to sell. And it doesn't sell right away. So it just depends. Yeah, it just really depends. But I have redone piece or two that has sat a while and think, well, obviously that nobody's interested in that, maybe that color. I mean, cream on any kind of cream color on an antique like that one, oh, people love that. They still love the cream with the distress. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a
Like
big seller.
I look at it and I'm just like, it is gorgeous. I also took another picture, this one.
Ah,
Now,
yeah.
is this hand painted by
No,
you? No.
no. Well, it's hand painted. The flowers are actually it's a transfer by Iron Orchid Design. You order them, you can get them on, actually you can get them at, all through the house has some, Amazon sells them.
Okay.
There's a few furniture supply stores, painting supply, like in Canmore or in Cochrane that sell them and stuff. But
Okay, so
so
you
it's
did
a
the
transfer. So I painted the
back.
blue and
Yeah.
all that, and then I pick a transfer. And basically you just peel it and you rub it on and then you clear coat the whole thing and it stays on forever. Yeah.
Amazing.
That
So
one sold quick, really quick.
that's really good that it was quick. So
Yeah.
Wendy says your work is quite beautiful and your Facebook page is very good.
Oh, well,
So
thank you.
and
Good.
Sandra says gorgeous piece. Oh, Sandra, watch. I think you might like this next one. This next one.
Ah, yeah.
Love. I love.
Okay, yeah. I actually really like that piece myself.
So
So
tell us about this one and what it took.
oh, that took a long time. That took a long time. So this is a Bombay. I love Bombay, and my friend HK is awesome at sending me stuff off Kijiji, like this one actually. She sent me. So here, I think I paid. Well, I shouldn't say how much I paid for the actual piece, I guess, but I went and got it, cleaned it, and then I kind of didn't really know. I had this rice paper with this beautiful lady on it that I ordered, and I thought that's going on the Bombay for sure. So I had never used this rice paper before, so I watched quite a few videos on how to do it. And then I painted it, I started painting it in sort of like a burgundy, sort of like the pink burgundy that's in the rice paper there.
Right.
And I painted the whole thing that color, and I went, no, it needs something else. So then I did a silver paint and a silver cream, liquid cream stuff I have. And yeah, so I just kind of fiddle around a lot with stuff. Anyway, so then when I did it, the burgundy, I then had to put the rice paper on. So that took me a while you have to center it. And once that glue is on, you got to go. So
Right.
off you go. You got to put it in, and then you have to cut in between each drawer, right? So you have to make sure that you have enough, that's going to fold into the drawer. And yeah, I love doing it. It turned out really well, and so I was happy with it. But I was a bit nervous because I'd never used the rice paper before,
Right.
and you never know how it's going to turn out. But it turned out great. Yeah, I was really
It is
really happy with it. Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
gorgeous. Now, tell me about, is this the backdrop of your space right now?
It is. So I just put that one in the corner because it was a smaller piece. Yeah,
That
but
is
that's it. So
fabulous.
I have flooring, and then I have that paneling in the back for
Right. For pictures,
for
because it
pictures. Yeah.
looks amazing.
Thanks. Yeah. It
I
turned out good.
absolutely love it. So,
Good.
did I take one more? No, I think that was the pictures that I
Okay. Well, I
stocked from
appreciate that.
you.
I didn't realize you were going to do all that good stuff there for me. That's awesome. Thank you.
So no problem, and that's what I love to do, right? Is just to have another space for you to showcase, right?
Good.
What you
Yeah.
do and how you do it. Now, do you do custom? So
Oh,
someone
yeah.
has a piece and they're just like,
Yeah.
this is kind of my idea.
Yep. Absolutely. I do. Actually, I just finished a custom piece. It was my sideboard, but a lady had bought a clawfoot piece that I had done, shorter piece anyway. And she lives in between Red Deer and Airdrie, I think it is. Anyway, I drove it up to Airdrie for her, and she came down there and got it. And then she contacted me and said, I really want a sideboard now. And I said, oh, they're hard. Lately they've been hard to find. There's not many for sale that I've seen at a good price, right? But one popped up in High River. You can believe it. So
And
I
what's a sideboard?
yeah. So a sideboard is like a buffet, they're called sideboard, but
Okay,
it's a buffet. Like if they're
all
more
these names.
square, they're a buffet, but if it's long and has sort of like, you know, I guess you don't know.
I
I guess
think
you don't
you know
know.
what. I
Actually.
think I know what you're talking about. Just like a thinner, um, longer
Yeah, exactly.
thing
Piece.
piece. There you go.
Sideboard. So yeah, I don't know what else to call it. A buffet is usually shorter, and we call those buffets, and the longer ones with kind of like there's a Jacobine, which is really hard to find, but I love painting them. They have the big sort of bobble leg, and they're usually solid wood.
Okay.
So
So
anyway, so I
you
found
found
it,
one in High
and
River.
yeah, and so I messaged her and I said, "Oh, I found one. I can't believe, whatever." And she said, "Yeah, she picked her color, and I painted it for her, and she's coming actually next week when the weather's good to get it." So yeah,
Beautiful.
I
That
like to,
is
yes, I do
spectacular.
custom. Yep, for sure.
That is absolutely amazing. And
Yeah,
to have one just pop up in High River, so you didn't have to travel far to get it.
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, actually, it was bizarre how that all just happened. Like she
Some
asked me for
things,
one, I didn't have one, and then 2 days later, there it was, and it was in High River, so it was great. Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah,
some
and she
things
liked
just
it.
fall right in your lap, right? Like it was meant.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. There's been a few pieces I've bought right here in High River, actually. Yeah, which is great. Yeah.
That is
So,
spectacular. So,
and I've gone as far as, far northwest. If
right
it's a Bombay, I would drive to Red Deer probably
now,
because
I am like not a person who knows, you know, if it's a Bombay, is that like the type, that's the type of like piece?
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Okay.
So these 3 drawer, sometimes they're 4 drawer, and they always have the claw feet and a very good like design, uh like raised wood. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, I love painting them because it's they're they're amazing to paint for
And the
one, and they
accents
look
on
good.
them.
Accents, that's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
There we go. We got her. So every
Together we'll get
Bombay,
this done.
yeah, and they do tape. They have. I've done a few like entryway tables made by Bombay that people were selling. You know, yeah,
Amazing.
whatnot. Yeah, yep.
That
That's
is
probably my
spectacular.
favorite. Pardon me?
Okay. That it's just spectacular. Like the
Thank
way
you.
they you know finish, and just, yeah, just the accents of them,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't know, they're just a piece that creates conversation.
yeah,
Um
exactly.
so that is amazing. I unfortunately can't put anything in my entryway because it's so tiny. I can't wait until I, you know, can make the leap.
To make
You
the
know,
leap. Yeah,
can, you know what, the thing is, being in the financial space, I always thought that I would, you know, be in a house and way before I am now, but I've refused to make bad financial decisions these days.
right.
That was going to put us further behind, right? So I'm just like, it's got to be the right time.
And it will be one day, right? It will
One
be.
day,
It will
it
be.
absolutely will be. So,
Yeah, but don't go into debt if it's not, if it's
right.
not gonna, especially with the COVID and this and that, we never knew.
Well,
In the very beginning of it, who knew what was gonna happen, really,
and
right?
when I was young, we made, you know, definitely this, you know, rash decision, because I wanted stability when I was pregnant. But we bought in 2008, so highest time possible. We
Yep,
were like, I had a 5-year plan, had no idea how real estate actually was supposed to work, but I thought you buy a condo and then you upgrade, right? That's the
right,
way it
yep.
works.
That's the way it goes, yeah.
But I forgot the buy it at the right time.
Yeah,
Um,
2008 was a boom for sure.
For sure. And then, you
Yeah,
know, flood and now COVID, and our
yeah,
place has never really recovered. But that's okay because I chose stability. We've had that for 14 years, almost 14 years.
so it's good, right? You don't want to be stressed out about paying a mortgage if, there's everything shut down, you don't know what's next. So it's always better safe
Right.
than sorry, right? Yeah.
And also planning for your future, right? Is
Yeah,
always better to, you know, not live as lavishly, in my opinion, to have what you want in your retirement. My husband and I were always talking about, you know, the things we're going to do after kids, right?
yep,
The things we're
yep,
going to
yeah.
do.
Hmm.
So it was one of those things that we're always thinking of that, and
Yeah,
the things that we do, that might take away from that as well.
yeah.
So anyway, back to you. Let's
Oh,
talk about,
me,
can
me, me.
anybody learn
Yes,
to do your craft? So
you
tell
can.
us about that.
Okay, well, if you want to learn how to do it, there's many places that sell all kind of furniture paint. Like I said, all through the house, and Okotoks sells Fusion, good paint. I use Dixie Belle, which is down. Actually, the Boho Paint Box sells that. So
Okay.
Dixie Belle is actually from the States, and I like to switch up the paint, but I've stuck with Dixie Belle for a while because I actually like it a lot. So I buy from the Boho box, or
Okay.
which is in the antique mall down at the end of Blackfoot Trail. There at 3419 8th Street Southeast. It's huge, huge, huge,
Okay.
huge antique mall. And she has a booth in there, Lynn. And so I started buying my paint from her, and started watching Dixie Belle videos on how to use it and whatnot. So yeah, that's.
Awesome.
But anybody can do it, but you have to have patience. You see, and you can't get frustrated and get mad when you make mistakes. So like when I walked into the garage and it was pink, you can't get mad. Like you just have to like, okay, well, so I did something wrong. Let's find out what I did wrong. So yeah. And if anybody
Right.
wanted to learn, I'd be more than happy to teach them. Yeah.
Well, that is absolutely
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
I've had your contact information, your
Down
website
there.
scrolling. No, it's
I'm
scrolling this
scrolling
way.
down there.
Everything is
Perfect.
backward. it's mirrored. So yes, it's scrolling down at the bottom.
Perfect. Awesome. Yep.
Websites and email. Or just I can, if somebody wants to, message the show here, like Hello High River page,
Yeah.
I can connect you. Absolutely.
Sure.
This can also be used as a promo piece for you. If you say it'll be on Facebook. And as long as Hello High River exists, it's also on YouTube. So for those people who
Oh,
don't
great.
have Facebook, or you can just share a YouTube link with them, use it for your
Okay.
promo.
Gotcha.
So
Awesome.
when Wendy's stalking you, Kerrie, your
Wendy,
website is
Wendy.
great too. Wendy Bowman,
Okay. Thank you.
checking out your website. So you're doing great. I'm so excited to have had you on the show and
Well,
to
thank you so
promote
much. I really
you.
appreciate it. And if anybody wants to help me with social media, let me know. I need help. I'll hire you in a minute here.
Amazing, amazing. I definitely have some local connections, so
Perfect.
I can send you some names for sure. And Wendy has confirmed she is indeed stalking you.
Okay, stalk away, Wendy. Stalk away.
All right, well, this has been fun,
I
Kerrie.
have.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a
And
good day, everybody.
you too. Enjoy the
Okay.
rest of your Saturday.
Thanks a lot. I will.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye now.
Well, how much fun was that to have Kerrie on the show? Thank you, Wendy, for stalking her. I had no idea. Furniture artists, right? You always wonder, where do these beautiful pieces come from? How can someone get something looking like that? And we just talk to Kerrie, right? Honestly, just check out her website, send her an email, connect with her. Also, social media. She's doing a great job already, but maybe just needs some extra help. I know Amanda Nelson in town, freshly pressed, Ashley Barron for those social media connections. So we'll definitely drop her some names. With that being said, what's going on in High River right now? So, not right now, okay? But what are some events that are coming up? First, I have to put up, Andre, yeah, we had no idea how bad of an investment these condos would be. But you know what? It's an investment for sure. It depends on what our values are, right? Mine was stability. I've been stable because I can't go anywhere else. But just think that we have stayed put since the beginning. So we have kids the same age. Our kids will eventually be able to get together and rent it. It will be a good rental. Okay. Not that I'm excited to be a landlord, but um, moving on, investments come in all shapes and sizes. So even though we may have not made the quite right decision at the right time, we can recover. So connect with me and we'll create a plan for you going forward on how to recover. So because finances with flair, I don't do anything, just like everyone else and talk to you about all these numbers and everything. We make it fun so we can have a day of it. Anyway, that being said, what is going on? January events in High River. So one of the things that I saw is the Legion put out their calendar. So January 8th, every Saturday. So the next one is January 8th. Every Saturday they have a meat draw from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Legion. They don't rely, the Legion, whether people know it or not, they have a bar. Their kitchen is unfortunately closed at the moment. But they also have bingo on Tuesdays. So they have two things that are happening every single week. So bingo night on Tuesdays, meat draw on Saturdays. So the bingo goes from 5 to 9. Grab some friends, go play some bingo. Not that I am saying, hey, go gamble, but it's at least something that we can do or that you can do in person. And the Legion doesn't rely on any outside sources of funding, and they do a lot of things for the community with the Rotary. I've seen a lot of fundraising uh, going on, and pictures and things. So I haven't dug in too far, but I think the Legion is going to be something that I'm going to focus on because I've lived here for a long time, and it's not something that is at the top of my mind sometimes to go into support. But because my husband is now in the reserves, he is this weekend doing basic training, so he had to pack up all of his like Arctic winter gear. So sorry, honey, I'm gonna stay warm inside, but um so being a reservist, I think it's important to support the local veterans and things like that. What else is happening? January 22nd at 7:30 live music. Gordy Trentes, Tent Trees, sorry, and Jackson Haldane. Then in February, we have a winter walk day to get more active, things like that. So let's see. Here is a QR code. So I will pause here for a minute for you to get tickets on January 22nd. Who doesn't love live music? So let's again go support. And this is the February 2nd winter walk day. So what they do is High River goes to register, and then we just track how far we've walked. So just something to get us out there and more active. I'm hoping it's not going to be a minus 35 in February. I'm hoping because I don't know whether you remember, I had a memory come up on my Facebook, and there was one year that I was tanning. In fact, I actually got burnt in February. Okay. And then there was one year that there was like this much snow, maybe even more than that. So it really all depends on the year. Maybe this February, we can only hope that it is going to be warmer. And I'm okay with a little bit of snow, but not minus 35. Okay. That being said, okay, I am going to put up on the bottom here. Okay, be on our show. tinyurl.com/hello high river. I want you to come be on the show. We would love to have guests. So Wendy, tell everybody that you know. Sandra and anyone else who is watching. If you're a business, service group, or you're hosting an event, you're having a grand opening, you know someone who's having a grand opening, definitely sign up. If you were on the show last year, Wendy, thank you. She will spread the news. I really do appreciate that. So because the more viewership that we can get here, the more viewership we can help our visitors, our guests with. So no matter what is happening in High River, I want to put it out there that if you do not want to be in front of the camera, but your business is doing something, sign up to be on the show anyway, and we can have a conversation about what we want that to look like. So whether you just want to give me all the details, but there are some days that I can go off on a tangent, and so you might want to be the one to represent your business, but maybe you have someone else that might want to be on camera and represent. I was originally one of those people that was like, no, I will not be on a live. I will never be live. I am not doing that. And look at me now. I am being crazy in front of, whoever gets to watch this. This will stay, obviously, as I've said, we are on Facebook. We have our Facebook page, because that's our next slide. Next is share with your family, friends, business owners. Wendy, thank you. I appreciate that. Then let's see my little heart in front of my face. There we go. Amazing on camera. There are some days that I'm just like, holy cow, this is not going the way I wanted it to. But as we just heard from Kerrie, sometimes things don't, and they can turn out amazing. So come on the show, be on the show. I know Kerrie was a little bit nervous to be on the show too, but she did amazingly great, and so did Andre, one of our guests from before. So come be on the show, sign up, and share with all of your friends. So that is the end. I'll put this up again, tinyurl.com/hello high river. Tell us about what is going on. I don't just want to know about the mainstream events. I want to know about what's up and coming. I want to know if you were on the show last year, come back and tell us where you're at now. Have things changed for you? Have have you changed what you're currently doing? Has COVID made such an impact that you are you've changed from a storefront to in your garage maybe, but you are still here, you are still operating? Let us know. And most times she will give you a warning before you go live. Yeah, sometimes. Maybe I might just throw you in there. No, but it is an opportunity for you to promote yourself. I know that's something, if you can't talk about yourself, just tell me and I will talk about you. I will find photos for you. I will, help get the word out for you. Hashtag resilience. Absolutely. I think that High River is all about resilience, right? We've had to be. But I love this community, so I want to be here for you. So let's get the word out that Hello High River is here every Saturday at noon. I'd love to have you. So definitely, again, we are on YouTube. So for those people who have family, friends, business owners that are not on Facebook, you can still watch. You can be here and share the YouTube link. Again, I've got to put, I keep forgetting to put a slide in there for the YouTube page to go and subscribe. So if that's your platform that you want to get out there, we can help you with that. So again, has been an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous morning with the sun shining. So get out there, get active, or you can cozy up with a hedgehog mug full of coffee and stay warm, or hot chocolate, or whatever it is that you like to drink. I realized I took a sip out of this and I'm going to do it again. It's the mug my son got me for Christmas. It is so adorable, but it also holds, half of, seriously, half a carafe of coffee in there. So it was perfect. Anyway, I will let you guys get back to your Saturday. Oh, we've got a heads up. Hang on. Oh, here it is. Just a heads up, launching bubble baths at the end of the month. Shower steamers have not been found at a price point that can be profitable. And that is important in business, is being profitable, choosing your items that you have in your store. So if anybody is listening, I love to connect people. I'm totally a connector. So if anybody in town knows someone who makes shower steamers and wants to, can maybe chat with Andre and get a good price point in place or something. But the heads up is, let's talk about what is going on, not what is not going on. What is happening is bubble baths are launching at the end of the month. So Andre, keep coming on, keep reminding me. My Time Bath and Body, guess what? I still have your banner here. There's My Time Bath and Body. Okay, they are at 35 8th Ave Southeast. So we were talking about what's important about the Legion. If you are going to go visit the Legion today from 2 to 4 to be in that meat draw, guess what? My Time Bath and Body is right behind the Legion. So just check them out. And there is a Cottonwood, I think it's called Cottonwood Plaza, I think. Not 100% sure, but it's behind the Legion. It is right there. Kerrie, you are so very welcome. It was so amazing. Your pieces are so gorgeous. So I can't wait to continually stalk, like Wendy was doing today, your Facebook page and your website. So just keep taking those pictures, keep posting them up there. If there's anything more that I can do for you, just let me know. So thank you, Andre. Yes, Cottonwood Plaza. That is a place in High River. So go check them out. And yeah, if again, come be on the show. Be our guest. Be our guest. I don't know how the song really goes, but I want you as a guest. That was terrible. That was horribly terrible. I need to get better music on this show. Yes, thank you for all your help. You were so very welcome, Andre. We want to see more people thriving in High River, not just people, more businesses thriving in High River. So I just want to throw it out there again for those people watching. If you were watching last week, I said, hey, I want to get this out to as many people as possible. It's a How Money Works for Kids, because guess what? That's what I do, not just for kids. How Money Works. I can do a completely free financial needs analysis for people. And I know that that is an area that people struggle. And sometimes going to chat with a an agent who's been doing it for a long time, or go talk to the bank, you get, I don't know what I can do for you. I know that's what I got when I went into the bank for advice. Not that I'm putting down the banks or anything, but their system is not set up to sit across the kitchen table from somebody and just discuss what your goals are, where you want to go, and put a game plan together to get there. Also, because the kids have been at home this week, I said, hey, I will get this out to anybody who wants it as a PDF format to be able to teach your kids how to be good with money, how to start them out right, the things that you can teach them. This is an amazing PDF. You know, check the money mirror. We can, you know, do you save or not save? How do you teach kids to do that? Look at these, the rule of 72, money growth rule. What happens over a long period of time with your money? It's about starting now. Okay, budget basics. So anybody who would like this just for a read over for your kids, definitely message me. I'm going to take this down and put up this other banner because I need to talk about what I am doing. Email me, financeswithflair@gmail.com, and I will send it out to you. So again, finances with Flair, F-L-A-I-R, @gmail.com. And I would love to get that out to you and your children. I have also email me if you would like the adult version of just how money works. You know, I just want to be able to give back to my community. And sometimes reading something at your own pace before you sit down with somebody really, really can be helpful. So, Amanda, you should get this up on Amazon. It is a great tool for families with young children. You know what? It absolutely is. But guess what? Just because of what I do and how I do it, we do not charge for these types of things. So it is not something that I am willing to charge for, that I can charge for, just because obviously being in the financial realm, I do have a license that I have to uphold and follow all the rules. So this is a free PDF that I am giving out to you. So connect. Again, my email is right here. I would love to be able to help you. And we can have a conversation. So we need to get that in Amelia's hands. Yes, as a, you know what, I'll have to order some actual like physical copies. But if you want a PDF, if they have, I know Amelia has a phone, she could probably just read it on her phone, but sometimes it's not the same as having paper in hands. So Wendy, anybody you know who needs that PDF, like I said, there's no obligation, there's no anything. I just want to get it out there for people, because for me, I was never taught about money, and it's not my parents' fault. It's because they were never taught about money. It was a hush hush, nobody has enough. And I think that that is going to come around again. You know, because our parents who went through the 80s, it was a really, really hard time super high inflation. And I think that that is going to come around again. We're struggling a little bit differently right now, being in a pandemic, but I think people are getting behind the eight ball, really, really do. And so it is going to become, something that we don't talk about. There's never enough money to go around. Is a feeling that I always had as a child. So therefore, I put limiting beliefs on myself, and thought that money was none of my business. But what happened when? Um, what happened when I needed to know what to do with my paycheck when I started working? I just thought we spend it, right? It comes in, you work for it, and then you pay stuff. That's never a fun way to live. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful. Help Amanda. Hello, Lorraine. I thought we might see you today. You might have to clarify. Help Amanda. Are you asking for help or are you telling people to help? Anyway, the info is amazing. I have been trained the same ways and it has helped me a lot, but Amanda has a better skill for the children. You know what? I don't know. It maybe okay. Again, a limiting belief that I don't have a skill with children. I drive children. I have chosen to also be a bus driver, a school bus driver to drive children. So yes, I do have a way of explaining, and some would call that over explaining, maybe, but it helps sometimes finding different perspectives. So thank you, Andre, for that vote of confidence with the children. I like to make it a family event. So let's all sit down together so that a family together can plan together. Because if you are not on the same page with your spouse, your significant other, your children, if they don't know what's happening, it can cause stress. It can cause chaos. It can cause, if God forbid, a worst case scenario happens, if your kids don't know the plan, right? No matter what age your kids are, they may not know what to do. So it helps when the whole family gets on board and knows exactly what's happening. And finances then aren't scary because it is a family affair. So hello, Lorraine. Thank you for joining us today. Next week, I hope to have just another exciting guest. So sign up to be on the show. Be my guest, and enjoy the rest of your beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful Saturday, whatever that might look like. So have yourself a great day, and we will see you next week, Saturday at noon. Don't forget, today is the meat draw at the Legion from 2 to 4. So go check them out, support. I don't know what comes in the meat draw, but hey, let's just go be supportive of the community. It's cold. Go be inside. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye. Signing off. Hello. Hi, River. Goodbye. Hi, River.